Yo, so yesterday I challenged my jiu-jitsu coach, Hugh. He's a black belt to roll 5 minutes.
Okay.
And like to go hard. And I was like, yo, because I've tried to get him on the podcast because he's a professional fighter and shit. And I've tried to get him on. And he's like, nah, man, you got to earn it. I was like, yo, let's roll then, 5 minutes. I was like, if you tap me more than 4.5 times, he's like, why half? I was like, that's like a betting thing, over under. I was like, if it goes under,
no pushes here.
Yeah, no pushes. If it goes under, you come on the pod. If it goes over, then I don't. He's like, yo, only 4.5? I was like, yeah, why? You think you could do it more? He's like, yo, easily 15. I was like, nah. If you had to guess how many times he tapped me out yesterday, how many times would you say? And then I'll tell you why I'm bringing up this story.
10.
What do you think?
12.
13. Oh. Yo, he wrist locked me. Which is like, you kind of do this motion there, and you like press that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I never felt that much pain until this morning. I woke up, I was like, damn, son, my wrist is really... So basically,
with that.
Yeah, basically he won't be coming on the pod, so shouts to Hugh for fucking me up.
I mean, it's motivation for you for next time.
Man, levels. He brought his mouthpiece.
Oh, you knew. That's when you knew.
He brought the tights. I was like, oh, this clip for me, bro.
That's when you knew.
He just got to negotiate better.
Yeah. I said a bad line there.
Yeah.
How's the betting world going for you?
Rough. This last week has been rough. It's been rough. I tweet and I like provide support for myself. Mm-hmm. I tweet these things like, hey guys, like if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah.
We'll get them we'll get them tomorrow. But it's been tough. I'm still a few games above 500 without a doubt. I'm still probably in the 55% range, which is good, without a doubt. But, coming back to earth a little bit, over a period of time, it ain't as easy,
Well, that's one thing that I feel like a lot of people have realized.
Yeah.
Not as many screenshots, Alan, on social media from certain people hitting them early parlays.
Yeah. And also,
the process.
With less football as well.
Right.
And basketball's been a little funky, and then you had the hockey all-star break. People are probably betting on things that they probably don't have that much information on.
Well, if people are losing their minds now, just wait till March.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, I asked Alan, I was like, yo, you're not so we were just chilling in the living room. I was like, yo, you don't really gamble much. He's like, oh, March Madness. I was like, oh, all right. Around the corner.
That's the time.
Let's get it.
Yo, fellas, I want to start by saying thank you to both of you for your contributions coming on the show every week throughout the football season, another year down. Means a lot. You guys are a big part of the success of this show. So a round of applause to you two legends. Let's go. Shout out to everyone that listened and continues to listen. Just means a lot. So I thank you guys.
Salucci.
All right. What did you say? Scoochie?
Salucci.
Oh, Salucci.
They said salut.
All right. Let's dive into some Super Bowl stuff. Alan, scale of 1 to 10. What's your level of excitement for this game?
Go 9. I think if the only thing missing out of a 10 is just
Tom Brady.
No, just I'm looking at the roster. Just something with the Bengals. I do have that fear they could get blown out. Yep. That's why it's not 10. I love everything about the story. I think both teams are incredibly exciting to watch. Like there's not much to hate about this matchup. The one thing though is there is a blowout factor.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say I'm probably 8.5. Wow. And my only concern is this 10-7 team coming back to earth a bit. Yeah. We'll probably talk about it, but over the course of their playoff run, how many times, did they, barely squeak by? Like you think about the Raider game, you think about obviously, the Titans game and Tannehill throwing 3 picks, and then you think about how many times did Burrow escape crazy pressure against the Chiefs, and oh by the way, came back from double digits in the second half. So many things have gone right for them. You know what I mean? It's almost one of these situations where it's like
every bounce has gone their way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where the Rams, on the other hand, they haven't put it together for a full game at times. They've played really, really good halves, right?
I mean, the Arizona game was about as complete as a performance you could get.
Yeah, all right, Arizona game. But the Bucs game, it was a tale of two halves, more or less.
I think it was a 3 quarters of dominance and that fourth, because they were up 27-6, I think, by the fourth quarter.
Couple fumbles here, couple fumbles there.
I just think probably the biggest concern for us was against the Niners, because for 3 quarters I thought they got outplayed.
Yeah, but
they were down 10 in the fourth quarter. That one.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but 8.5, 8.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah,
bro, I'm at a 10.
Okay. Hey, you can make a strong case for it.
So I love that it's 2 teams that we haven't seen, right? I know the Rams were in there. a couple of years ago, but this is a completely different Rams team. Like, how many guys from that team is playing in this one too? I could think of like Donald, maybe a couple linemen.
Cup, Whitworth.
Well, Cup didn't play because he had torn his ACL, but he was on the roster. He was on the roster.
Was Woods?
Well, Woods is not playing.
Who has the torn ACL now?
And he
Ramsey wasn't there either, so it is a much
basically
different.
like Donald that I can think about. You know, like Gurley was the guy. I remember I bet Gurley for MVP.
Yeah.
I also had Edelman too, but like an asshole, I threw $20 on Edelman at 25-1. I put like 150. I text boss, see what the fan did. I was like, yo, 150. And he's like, yo, but you've been hyping up Edelman. Why don't you put more? I was like, I'm just, Edelman as like a long shot.
All right. I don't know if Weddle was on the Ravens or the Rams around that time, but maybe him. That's about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like this roster is this complete transition.
And you look at some of the big names in it: Odell, Von Miller, Donald, Ramsey, Matthew Stafford coming over, like that storyline too. And then like the Bengals being this team that comes out of nowhere. They got this new guy at quarterback that everyone's like raving about. Hey, he's breaking swag Twitter too. Everyone's following his outfits and shit. And he's like, yo, don't post everything on Instagram if you're an athlete. Like, put the work in and don't worry about that shit too. So Jamar Chase. So I mean, like the list goes on. So I'm at like a 10 too. Am I a little influenced because like I'm financially invested in this? Probably,
of course.
I also like that it's some new blood, like we've gotten accustomed to just Brady every year, and even Kansas City too. Like this is dope to me. So I'm at a 10, man.
I'm totally with you on that. It's very important that we have a new team and just such a great storyline too.
Yeah. Well, what I think real quick is such an interesting contrast for both teams is you think about the Rams, big name, free agents, right? Things of that nature.
Running their team like I would, right? Like all these years we've been doing a show, it's like, I'm trading all my draft picks. Give me guys that I know.
Chips on the table.
Baby. Pre-flop.
The Bengals probably hit, and Alan, correct me if I'm wrong, the Bengals probably hit on not every free agent, but on the defense, all of the free agents they signed. By the way, we're almost think of them as discount guys.
Yeah, they only have really 3 homegrown stars on their defense. Everything else is, besides the 2 splashes for Hendrickson and Reeder, it's mid-level, low-level signings.
Yeah, so it's interesting and impressive that you can take a team. Were they last place in the division last year?
Yeah, they had top 5 pick.
And
they had 4 wins.
Yeah, they turned it around. And again, with some of these mid-level guys, so that's a credit to their front office and their scouting. To be able to say, we see something here in these guys that the rest of the league didn't. And that's one of the biggest themes and things that I'm excited about is just like, where did these guys come from in a sense,
Yeah,
and they really balled out.
Don't forget about Staten Island's finest, Luan Maruto.
Yep.
Let's go, baby.
Who, by the way,
Staten Island of all places.
interviewed to be the head coach of your team.
Yeah.
So just a couple of guys coming out of nowhere, which is really exciting.